Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, the NFL is back. We're going to recap the entire draft, a bunch of trades, chaos, teams moving up and down, big players getting traded, A.J. Brown, tons of stuff happening. We also have a great interview with American hero Carli Lloyd. So in studio, Carli Lloyd talking to us about being an American hero of the U.S. Women's National Team, her future plans as an owner of a soccer team. Great interview with her. We're going to talk a little NBA because we had some series close out. Two of them, actually, could be three of them. We're taping this before the Mavs game, but a great show, and we have, of course, finished with Fyre Fest on a Friday. Before we get to all of that, though, we're brought to you by our friends at Chevy Silverado. Strong, advanced, dependable, and hardworking. The strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. There's nothing better than having a truck in the summertime. Get that tailgate down. Maybe you're going to a concert. Maybe you're going to the beach. Maybe you're just tailgating in the middle of a field. Or you could be hauling some stuff. You're moving. Anything you need, Chevy Silverado has you covered because it's the greatest truck ever created. It is strong. It is dependable. It is advanced. It is hardworking. It is the Chevy Silverado. Thank you to Chevy Silverado, our wonderful sponsor. You are a truck person. You just don't know it yet. And we're still running our deal. If you go whisper PMT into a Chevy dealership, into a salesperson's ear, you will get a free tank of gas, a hot cup of coffee, and $100 on us when you buy a Chevy Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. So thank you again to Chevy Silverado. Okay, let's go.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by Chevy, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Today is Friday, April 29th, and holy shit, my head is spinning because what was supposed to be a boring NFL draft was chaos.
Hey, Big Cat, guess what? NBA playoffs were on tonight, but the NFL, the NFL's king.
King. It was crazy. I texted everyone before, like, we should try to go somewhat in order because that's how chaotic it was. Like, usually we can jump around like, oh, this quarterback. No, it was just chaos. And it started with the fact that it's in Las Vegas, and I had the thought, I guess it didn't register with me until I saw it like an hour before the draft started. And I was like, holy shit, could you imagine being drafted in Las Vegas, making generational wealth, like the biggest night of your life, and then you get to go party in Las Vegas? Everyone who got drafted in Cleveland or Chicago or next year I think Kansas City, sorry, you missed out because getting drafted in Vegas has got to be the greatest thing in the world.
Big Cat, they have a casino in Cleveland too.
That's true. They got one in Hammond, Indiana, not too far from Chicago too. But could you imagine showing up and being like, all right, this is going to be the greatest night of my life, and then we get to go party in Vegas?
Well, yeah, so the thing is, I think a lot of these guys, they get loans taken out on the fact that they're going to be drafted.
Well, they've already made ad deals.
There are companies that can do that can, like, they'll float you some money if you're going to be drafted for sure.
A lot of them have Beats by Dre, they have a bunch of different ads.
If you're the type of player that's going to be in Las Vegas for the draft, you probably have some money in your pocket. I would personally, that might be the best night of your life
ever.
Like, it's all downhill from there. Like, if you're just being 21 and broke in Vegas, kicks ass. Being 21 and filthy fucking rich in Vegas, that's God tier.
I think that honestly, I would, if I were to be drafted in Las Vegas, I would tier like the party. I'd like have something set up for like a crazy nightclub. Then if I slipped in the draft, be like, all right, we're going to this one. I like if I'm drafted top 5, I'm gonna put $1 million on red.
Yeah. Oh, the Jets drafted me. Fuck, circus.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go to the Hooters. Why not? We love Hooters, by the way. Great sponsor.
Also, we love the Jets.
Yes,
the Jets did. The Jets had. So this is what I love. Everyone right now, and we'll get into the individual picks in a second. But right now, I think if you're going to take the darlings of the draft, who are the media darlings of the draft? Because I think it's the Jets and it's the Eagles.
Eagles easily, and I would say the Ravens probably as well, and we'll get to that with their trade. So the draft starts. We ended the war in Ukraine. That was nice. Mm-hmm. It was a beautiful moment. It
was
by
about
Roger.
Fucking time.
Yes, thank you.
I was pissed off though that the chair didn't make an appearance.
Yeah,
Goodell's chair needed to show up.
Goodell did. He's done this before, but he tries to get one over. He comes out. I think he had Derek Carr with him and a couple other Raiders.
Yeah, excellent haircut.
As human shields to stop the booze. The booze did not stop.
Well, no, that was like a half-assed attempt at the human shield. Usually it's like in a theater of war when you like paint on the top of a hospital, like hospital do not bomb.
Yeah.
Goodell will bring out like children to be on stage with him when he comes out, or he'll bring the troops out and he'll like dare everybody to boo the troops.
And we will.
I think he got stood up by kids and by soldiers.
Yep.
And so he had to be like, okay, I guess Derek Carr. No one's going to boo Derek Carr.
Goodell could bring out Mother Teresa and people would still boo. There's no, like you can't. Well, Goodell needs to know that.
You should research Mother Teresa a little bit.
Oh yeah,
patter.
She was
Stat patter.
She was no angel.
Okay. Let's think of another name. Who else? Who else could he bring out?
Weird Al.
Weird Al.
Everyone loves Weird Al.
Yeah, who's got Scott Van Pelt?
Yeah, he's probably the most well-liked celebrity.
Scott Van Pelt probably has the greatest Q rating of anyone ever.
OJ.
Yeah.
Well, would they? Yeah, because then he could be like, they're booing you, not me. That's actually smart.
That would be great for OJ.
The reverse. Yes. All right, so let's hop into the picks because it started with Trayvon Walker going number 1 to the Jags. I saw a tweet that made me laugh. They're like, some dude just put Trayvon Walker as number 1 a few months ago, and then it just happened. And I went back and I looked, and it actually is exactly how it happened. In March, a guy named Pigskin Paul, who has Grinding the Mocks as his website, was the first person to have Trayvon Walker going number 1 after Edge Day at the Combine. And then he just spoke it into existence. Like it was supposed to be Aiden Hutchinson forever, and then this one guy was like, "Hey, why not Trayvon Walker?" And then it just happened.
Well, because the name of the website is Grinding the Mocks. Yes. That guy got the best website name.
Pigskin Paul.
Pigskin Paul at Grinding the Mocks. Like I'm sold. Where did he have Dotson?
Let's see.
Let me know because that's going to affect my entire judgment of how this draft went. But yeah, Grinding the Mocks. I'm shocked that URL wasn't taken yet. Trayvon Walker, actually, I didn't know this about him. I don't know if anybody knew this about him. But like a month ago, I think, he got into a car accident, or right before that. I don't even think we know what day it was. Like very recently, he got into a bad car accident, and he walked away, luckily, with no serious injuries on him. That would have been an all-time bad beat.
That would have been bad. That would have been bad for the Jaguars as well, because they probably would have still picked him.
Can you imagine Urban Meyer, draft night, Vegas?
No, he wouldn't have. He would
have been fired before the end of the night.
John Dotson was 25 on Grinding the Mocks.
So that's a reach. That's a reach.
Aiden Hutchinson goes 2 to the Lions, which, I guess it's I'm coming home or I'm not leaving.
Yeah, I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving. Yeah. Good pick by him, by the Lions. The only thing that I have in my head, though, now with Aiden Hutchinson is our dear friend Stephen Shea, who you heard on Wednesday when he said he's got stiff ankles. Every time I see Aiden Hutchinson, I'm like, damn, those ankles look stiff.
They do look stiff.
I don't even know what that means.
The way he was walking around. I'm happy for him. He looked like he was having a great time, and he was very thankful to go to the Lions. I think Dan Campbell's going to love him.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell's going to just bear hug him when he walks in and not let go. I think that it's a double-edged sword if you get drafted into your home state or home area.
Right.
Like him, because on one hand, like they're saying with Kenny Pickett, he knows the stadium. He knows where the bathrooms are located.
Yeah,
there.
they share the facilities.
Yeah. On the other hand, you're going to have everybody that you went to school with hitting you up for tickets all the time.
Right.
But, I like the pick. I like what Detroit's doing.
We also had the worst feeling in all of drafts, and people who, everyone who listens to the show plays fantasy football or plays fantasy whatever. When you pick someone, which the Trayvon Walker went to the Jaguars, and the pick was announced, and almost 10 seconds later, the Lions pick was in.
Yeah.
That's the worst feeling in the world. Even if they're just doing it to fuck with people, it's like there's no worse feeling than picking something in a fantasy draft and the next guy going right after being like, you idiot, this was the pick.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Aiden Hutchinson was the guy that Dan Cable was going to take regardless.
Right, but it's the worst feeling ever.
He had him probably number 1A on his big board.
Yeah, and then we went back-to-back cornerbacks with Derek Stingley, who proves that if you're just great for a little bit of time, you can kind of coast after that because he had an unbelievable freshman year, opted out COVID, I think, and then was injured last year, and doesn't matter. Number 3 pick.
It's very funny to me that everyone spent over a year projecting the entire draft, and they screwed it up because they forgot that the Houston Texans are morons.
Yes, but I like the pick just because Derek Stingley was that good. But yeah, it seemed a little like there was a lot of people saying he's going to go in the 20s, and nope, he's going 3.
Well, if you pick any defensive back at LSU, I'm going to be like, that's a good pick,
right?
You know? But like everybody had him going latter half of the top 10, maybe even into the teens.
Yep.
So it was like a surprise. But again, this is the Houston Texans. So when people, if somebody like roasts, I don't know, like a Patriots pick in the third round or something like that, oh, that guy, he probably would have been undrafted or something like that. I'm like, Belichick saw something.
Right.
When the Texans do it, it's like, okay, everybody else, I trust everybody else over the Houston Texans.
The Jets picking Sauce Gardner was the pick.
Yes.
That was the pick. And I mean, his name is the best. His nickname is the best. He had a big sauce bottle as his jewelry.
That's so cool.
Awesome. Billy, quick grade on the Sauce Gardner pick.
I mean, sick pick. It wasn't my dream draft, but it was the second best.
Well, your dream draft was literally insane.
Well, yeah, but it was the best dream
was
ever.
your dream?
I think he had Jordan Davis falling to the third round.
No. It was number 4, Aiden Hutchinson falling.
Okay.
Trading number 10 for Debo, and then number 3 in the second round.
So
Jordan
you're just
Davis.
playing. I did a fake GM tweet like last week where the Bears just traded all their picks for Debo and AJ Brown, and so that's what you're doing, but real.
It was Madden.
Yeah. Hey, listen, a boy could dream. And then we had Kayvon Thibodeau going to the Giants. All-time awkward handshake between him and Goodell. Goodell had no idea which direction he was going.
They're speaking different languages.
He was trying to be cool, and it just bombed.
Yeah, nobody grabbed Goodell or like chest bumped him really hard like in the past. But that's way more emasculating than when that dude just picked him up and bear hugged him and like held him up in the air for 6 seconds and then kissed him on the cheek.
Yes.
This Roger Goodell was absolutely lost in the moment.
Lost. And we had offensive lineman Ike Ekwonu. We don't have Jake tonight, so that's gonna struggle.
He's in rehab.
We're gonna struggle later.
He went to rehab for dip.
And then the Giants took Evan Neal, who the Giants took a great offensive lineman and a great edge rusher. Credit to the Giants, getting rid of Dave Gettleman might have helped you.
Yeah, so this is one of those where you look at the Giants draft and it's like, oh yeah, the hog mollies, this is how you get them by drafting them.
Yes, you don't have Dave Gettleman anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And then the Falcons continue their quest to just have awesome players on all the skill positions with Drake London at wide receiver. And now I'm going to buy into the Falcons again, being like, how can you stop Drake London and Kyle Pitts?
Well, the real story here is that Drake, the artist, put a bet in on Drake, the wide receiver, to be the first wide receiver taken in the draft.
Oh.
And he hit on that.
Damn.
Very impressive by
Raptors
Drake.
lost, though.
Oh, wait, I'm seeing this initial draft grade, B-.
B-.
I absolutely love instant draft grades.
They're so stupid, and I just eat them up. Because they just tell you everything, but they tell you nothing.
Well, they're essentially saying, like, how much did you agree with me, somebody that doesn't work in the NFL?
Right. Was this a reach based on my own previous opinion?
Yep.
Okay.
I give everyone in this draft gets a NA, not applicable, except the Eagles get an A because A.J. Brown's good. We know he's good.
Yes. So we're going to get to A.J. Brown's coming up. When was that trade? What pick? It was like 12 or 13 or something?
I want to say it was around...
somewhere around
there.
But anyway, the Seahawks. I got to talk about the Seahawks pick real quick because I just love it. And I know that it doesn't actually... it doesn't really add up. Like, the Seahawks are trying to rebuild now. But I just love the fact that they took a left tackle after Russell Wilson has been asking for an offensive lineman for the last decade, the minute Russell Wilson left the building.
Yeah, the stuff that Seattle has done to their offensive line, they had it running with like duct tape and silly string for a while. You remember when Tom Cable was there? And his thing was, you know what, I'm going to take a tight end and then make him play tackle. Then I'm going to take a guard and make him play the other tackle.
Yep.
Then I'm going to have like a fat fat, short running back, and we're going to try him out at center and see what happens.
And it was I just love the narrative just because now you have something to complain about, and that's all you really need as a fan. You just need something to complain about. Run-on wide receivers came up. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Jameson Williams, and that was, I mean, those guys are all going to be studs, I feel like. The problem I have is that with the draft, and this will, obviously, people know this who have been listening for a very long time because of my love for the Falcons first-rounders and my ever-loving love for Kevin White. If you are drafted in the first round, I just assume you're going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
That's just how my brain works.
You should be.
So I saw all these wide receivers go, and I was like, oh, damn. Those guys are going to be sick.
Yeah, and the crazy part was there were like 3 wide receivers that played at Ohio State that all got drafted within 5 positions of each other.
Yeah, so it was also the first time since 2004 that 5 wide receivers went in the top 16 picks. So pretty significant, the fact that wide receivers, that run came and it was like a fast and furious run on them.
I like Olave a lot. And everyone's saying like he's going to be the perfect complement to Michael Thomas, which is very ambitious to say that. Yeah, Michael Thomas, you remember him?
Who?
You remember Michael Thomas? He's going to take some of the heat off of Olave.
I'm just happy they didn't take a quarterback because I want Jameis to... Like, that would have broken me.
Let him be free for a little bit. Don't have him looking over his shoulder.
Yes. And then we got into...
with Jameson, what I like about that pick is that Jared Goff finally, for the first time in his career, has a true number 1 wide receiver, and we're going to get to see...
Who probably won't play for the first couple months, but that's fine.
What he can really do.
Yeah.
Well, Wale said that he expects him to be back by week 4.
Boom.
Is what he was told. So it's breaking news by Wale.
Damn. All right. I believe it. So now let's talk Eagles. Jordan Davis... It does feel like the Eagles kind of won the draft in the fact that they got Jordan Davis and they got A.J. Brown, who then immediately they already had signed it. It seems like both the wide receiver trades have been in the works for weeks because Hollywood Brown was already at the Cardinals draft party tonight.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. Dude, he got introduced at the Cardinals draft party.
He was in Arizona.
He was in Arizona, got introduced at the Cardinals draft party.
Holy shit. I love what Arizona's doing because they've got now, they're the short kings of the NFL.
Yeah.
Arizona with Kyler Murray, and they've got Moore, and now they've got Hollywood Brown. They're the cutest bunch of little guys out there.
What's up with DeAndre Hopkins? How bad was his injury? Because I feel like this is
I think he's
they
coming
have
back.
other needs.
Yeah. I think DeAndre Hopkins is going to be fine.
Okay.
I don't think it's like a long-term worry.
Okay.
But I don't know, like what other needs. Their offense stunk at the end of last year.
Yeah, well, they had what, but I mean, DeAndre Hopkins got hurt. Obviously, I'm just saying it felt like I guess I don't know the full. They're just trying to make Kyler Murray happy by doing everything but giving him the money.
Yeah, I think they're like, look what else we can offer you.
Yeah, another friend from Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's going to be that. You're going to have fast guys everywhere.
Yeah, but I do love what the Eagles did. Jordan Davis is a fucking game wrecker, and A.J. Brown is an incredible wide receiver, and I think the Titans are just going to try to, like, they're going backwards in history, where they're like, we're just really just going to run all the time, and that's all we're going to do?
Did Tannehill have too many weapons around him?
What?
Like, yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the way that they can win is, like, when Derrick Henry gets the ball a million times.
A.J. Brown was really good.
A.J. Brown was awesome. This was maybe the biggest no-brainer pick in the first round. Jordan Davis, I have the bad feeling because I am going to have to play against him personally twice a year, 3 times in the playoffs, actually. But I think that Jordan Davis is the guy that's like, why did we let him fall to 13? He's the biggest, fastest, strongest. Billy thinks he takes plays off, but he's
really?
He's a fucking game wrecker.
He makes everyone else better. That's the type of guy you want. Like, it doesn't really matter. You just put him in the middle and you're just like, go do your thing, and everyone else will get to eat.
So Billy's red flag on him, which I kind of respect, is that he's not fast enough running to the sidelines when he's being subbed out of the game.
That's not what I said.
That's what you said.
I said he has a fast 40 time, but if he had to run the 40 10 times, his drop-off in times would probably be very exponential.
So like every person ever.
Right.
But I've seen him also in games running extremely fast.
I mean, they had video of it in the Alabama game, him taking plays off on touchdown
How many
plays
times do you think a defensive tackle has to run 40 yards in a game?
when he gets off the field.
Yeah, that's
Right.
a
That's
concern.
it. That's it. Okay.
He's not worried about. No, he's literally not worried about what happens during the play.
It's just getting off the
He's
field?
worried because he gets substituted out on third down sometimes.
But I don't think
that he's going to not be fast enough.
My words are being totally taken out of
sprinting
context. We can
to
move
the
on.
sideline to take himself out of the game. That's literally
which
Billy's
is
worried
not
about
40 yards.
It's close
From
enough.
the middle of the field to the sideline?
Yeah, it's close enough.
Is that?
40
It's like
feet.
it's like 30, 25
I don't know how wide
yards.
this field is. How wide's a field?
I think it's like
I think it's 50
51
yards.
I'll say-
50 yards, so it's
think
not
it-
even close to 40 yards.
I'll say this though:
I
if
don't know.
he gets
I think
caught
From the
50.
middle of the field.
if he gets caught in a too many men on the field situation where they snap the ball before he's off the field, the celebration
wins.
lap
Billy
that Billy's
wins.
going to do is going to be incredible.
But what about every time he doesn't have that happen?
Yeah, then
We
everyone
need
else
to count that against
everyone
Billy.
else.
Yes,
yeah.
right. Okay. The Ravens, we just do both Ravens. So the Ravens trade Hollywood Brown, which the Ravens are, they're just fucking smart. All they do is smart shit. Even though Lamar Jackson did tweet what the fuck, and it seemed like no one on the ESPN coverage even mentioned that, which was weird. It's like your franchise quarterback, who you have to pay soon, you traded his favorite weapon and didn't tell him, and he found out on draft night. Oh, and Hollywood Brown was already at the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's
draft
on,
party.
That's also on Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
That's a Hollywood Brown move. That's not a Marquise Brown move.
Yeah.
Marquise would have let Lamar know ahead of time. Hey, just so you know, they're flying me out here.
Yes.
I'm going to be putting on a different bird cap. I want you to hear it from me first.
Yes.
And they also didn't mention Lamar. Not only did he tweet like WTF, he also retweeted that what the fuck. We traded Hollywood Brown. Like somebody else tweeted that, and he hit the retweet on it. But it was the most Ravens night of all time.
Really was.
Because not only did they get two guys who were the best players at their position,
and going to be Hall of Famers.
and I mean, Kyle Hamilton, everyone was like, holy shit, this guy's awesome at safety. Why is nobody taking him? We've seen enough of him play to know
Yes.
that he's really good at football. And then they get rid of a wide receiver, which is a very Ravens thing to do.
Yep.
They fucking hate wide receivers in Baltimore. They
Yep.
have for like the last 15 years. And then they get what many people thought was the best interior lineman of the entire draft, one of the best linemen at their position in general, in Linderbaum, who's a monster. And so I can only speculate that the Ravens are just going to be running old school, just like single wing, smash mouth football. Lamar's going to carry the ball like, I don't know, 30 times a game now. I would be upset if I were Lamar too, but I think it also goes back to something that I've just had it in the back of my head for the last, 6 months. I think the Ravens are kind of weird about Lamar. I don't think that the Ravens, they love him because he's a great quarterback and he's an MVP, but I think that they're like a little hesitant to go all in on Lamar Jackson being their like cemented quarterback of the future.
And it's also confusing because he's representing himself, which has to be a weird situation when you like don't have an agent who's put like Lamar. Who knows? Maybe he ends up with more money because he doesn't pay agent fees. But that in itself has to be a little awkward. And I agree with you. I think they want to pay him, but they also don't. They don't want to go Patrick Mahomes.
If it was any other MVP as your quarterback, I think it's obvious that the team would go out of their way to keep you and to not let you get to this stage in your contract without locking you up long term.
Yeah.
But Lamar, for whatever reason, I feel like they say one thing and they talk about how much they love Lamar, but I really don't think that they love him, but they're not in love with him.
Right. I'd agree with that assessment. But yeah, the Ravens. So what the Ravens did with Hollywood Brown just is what a smart franchise does. They drafted a guy, got 3 years of him on his rookie contract, didn't have to pay him the next contract. So they drafted him at 25 in 2019, and then they traded Hollywood Brown in the 100th pick for pick number 23 this year.
That's kind of exactly.
They're just exchanging it.
It's kind of what the Titans did too, though, right?
Yes. But it's like it's genius if you're trying to just keep reloading. And Hollywood Brown is a good wide receiver. I don't think he's worth crazy money.
Yeah. So I mean, the draft isn't over. That's
No.
what I forget that a lot. Actually,
Correct.
when I'm done watching the first draft,
Fair
because
point.
it's such a spectacle, and I'm like, okay, we can give our draft grades out right now. Turns out there's 6 other rounds that we have to go through. They're probably going to get a wide receiver at some point.
Of course, yeah. And there's a lot of wide receivers left. But I do think the Ravens it's basically when they went, Ray Lewis and Orlando Pace in back-to-back drafts, except they did it in the same draft. They just got Kyle Hamilton and Linderbaum, and they'll probably go into Canton at the same time.
They always do this, especially on defense. They just get a player, and you think everybody else forgot that guy was still available. The only time I remember that not working out, I thought Sergio Kindle was going to be a beast on the Ravens.
Yep. And there's a couple that you thought. I mean, Hollywood Brown. I'm trying to think who else. Oh, Todd Heap, but he got hurt. I always loved Todd Heap just because he was on Hard Knocks.
Yep.
I was like, holy shit, that guy's big.
Yep.
All right, Jahan Dotson to the Commanders. Great pick.
Thank you.
Great pick. He's a beast. Like he beat the fuck out of Wisconsin. He beat the fuck out of the Big Ten. Every time, what I'd say about Jahan Dotson after watching him a lot in college is every time they played, Penn State basically was like, Jahan Dotson is our guy. The defense knew that. He had Sean Clifford throwing to him, and he still had crazy stats.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I trust one guy and one guy only when it comes to sitting down. Well, besides mock grinders, I trust
Pigskin
Paul at mockgrinders.com.
Yes.
When it comes
grinding
the mocks, especially in the Big Ten, and that's Hank. And Hank was just over the moon about this pick. I respect what you were saying. You were tweeting at me, letting me know how much you loved it.
Love it, Hank.
I appreciate that, Hank. The guy is a beast. I've been watching for the last couple of years. He plays good in the snow. I like that. The only thing, two things concern me. Two red flags about Jahan Dotson.
Size. But I don't give a fuck.
Nope, don't care.
But that's an old school, like, that. There actually are people like, oh, he's too small. Did you see the NFL now? Like, these guys, they could be, it's a wide receiver league.
Yeah,
guys can do whatever, like, they don't have to be big dudes.
Actually, if you're a little guy, it probably looks a lot more violent when you get pass interfered with.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that poor little guy, I'm going to throw the flag. I think that the two red flags on him, one, his name sounds way too much like Josh Doxson, who the Redskins drafted in the first round out of TCU, and he stunk.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be calling him accidentally Josh Doxson instead of Jahan Dotson.
Got ahead of it, that's fine.
For the next 5 years. I just want to let everybody know. Also, when you type his name in for the first time on Twitter, it autocorrects to ha 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 Dotson instead of Jahan Dotson.
Okay.
So I can't be held responsible for any of that. And then the other red flag about him, I actually don't have another. I'm glad that we got him. I think that we probably could have traded back again. I was in favor of just continuing to trade back until we just had every pick in the fourth round.
It felt like trading was like pretty cheap. Like you could get a lot of value. Like everyone was, this was the most trade. I don't know if it's statistically actually a fact, but it felt like the most trades in any draft.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
it felt like
yes.
everyone was moving around, and we heard that it was a weak draft going in. And you could move up for pretty cheap. You could move back and gain a little value. Like everyone did these trades, and every single time I was like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Mm-hmm. What I also love about getting a wide receiver in the first round is it's definitely second tier in terms of like getting excited for a new toy to having a new quarterback. But a good wide receiver that you draft, I feel like I have a new toy now.
Yeah,
I'm watching the highlight reels. He smoked Rutgers. Like half the highlights that they have up there are him against Rutgers. I love watching that. I love getting hyped about it and just being like, okay, this is somebody exciting. Because you could draft an interior lineman. Like you draft a beast of a guard or a center. It's kind of fun, but you don't get to sit back and watch highlight films on YouTube. That's what I'm looking for.
I think in order of like hypeness of draft picks, it's QB, edge rusher, wide receiver.
I disagree. I'd say wide receiver too.
You love a wide edge rusher though, who's like, oh, he's gonna wreck everything.
Yeah.
There's no better feeling than like put this guy in and we're set.
I like a running back too, but those usually come later. Like you can get pumped about a 5th round running back that you take.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, the Titans got Treylon Burks from Arkansas, fill in that AJ Brown, which the Titans didn't want to pay A.J. Brown $100 million, and that's what he got right when he went to the Eagles. So I don't hate it.
I love right when they showed the draft pick, they said, like, professional comparison, A.J. Brown.
Yeah, perfect.
It was perfect,
You just got a younger A.J. Brown that's less money.
The Chargers also picked. They took Zion Johnson.
Oh yeah. That was one of those ones that if you just needed to see offensive linemen for the Chargers, and it could have been literally anyone. You'd be like, good pick,
great pick,
because that's all you need right now. You are 2 pieces away from a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I don't even know who's playing right tackle for him. I know Slater's on their left side, right? Slater's a beast. So it's like, give me a guard to protect Herbert, and that's the final piece to it.
And then we had the first quarterback, the only quarterback in round 1, Kenny Pickett, staying in Pittsburgh, shares practice facilities. Also, 39 years after the Steelers famously passed on a different quarterback that kind of burned them a little bit in Dan Marino. Go buy what's the shirt say? Kenny has big hands.
Kenny Pickett has big hands.
And
They're sold out, I think.
And
now.
he does.
We're going to reload on him though.
And all I'm going to say about this pick is I'm rooting for Kenny Pickett because we love him. He's our guy. And you can't pick if you're a quarterback, and you list where you could go. The Steelers have to be top 5 just because they know what they are. Consistency, head coaching, front, everything is consistent. And they always have a plan. So as a quarterback, it's got to be a dream to go to the Steelers.
It's the best possible landing spot. Yeah, it's Pittsburgh and New England are the best places that you can go.
Yeah.
Very much on sale still, by the way.
Oh, they are?
Kenny Pickett has big hands.
Yeah.
Check it out right now. If I was Kenny Pickett and you go back to Pittsburgh, I would keep my same apartment that I have, but I would trash the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
I would beat the fuck out of it. I would tear that place apart.
I'd keep it. Yeah,
how fun would that be to just go back and be like, you know what? I'm gonna go total Led Zeppelin hotel room.
I'd make my friends stay at that apartment.
Yeah,
just be like, oh, you guys want to come to a game? Yeah, here's my apartment. So, all right, fuck, the Mavericks are dying right now. All right, moving on. The Packers finally got a weapon for Aaron Rodgers, linebacker Quay Walker.
Congratulations.
Oh, and they also got a defensive tackle, so they got 2 guys that Aaron Rodgers can throw to.
I was just hoping they were going to take a quarterback.
Okay, so that would have been great because the stat is since 2005 when Aaron Rodgers got picked in the first round, how many first-round picks have the Packers used on offensive players?
2.
1, Jordan Love.
Oh, my God, yes.
It's so great. And now this is the part where I say, Packers fans, you're a pervert. If you listen to this next part, this is not for you. Hit that 30-second fast forward. These were actually 2 really good picks for the Packers because their defense is going to be sick. And they basically were like, who had one of the best defenses of all time? Oh, Georgia. Let's get 2 of their guys. And, I'm scared. But that's okay because Aaron Rodgers, he should hold out again. He's got no weapons.
I'm always of the mindset that if you take just an SEC defensive player in the first round, that's a good pick.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the Bills got a cornerback from Florida. And I mean, the Bills are another team where they're like 1 or 2 pieces away. And it feels like that was an important piece when you get shredded by Patrick Mahomes. How about get a cornerback who can maybe stop someone?
Well, they saw what the Jets are building, and they're like, we gotta shore up our nickel coverage.
Yeah, it's a big time war. Cowboys got offensive lineman. Sure, he'll probably be awesome and then get injured. Right?
I'd say
he'll be
suspended for
Pro Bowl
possession with intent to deal really shitty pot.
Yeah, Pro Bowl rookie year, suspended second year, third year comes out hot, looks like Pro Bowl, gets hurt, and then everyone's like, well, if Dak's losing all his players, so he can't do it all himself.
Traded to the Broncos.
There it is. Jets, Jermaine Johnson. You want to talk, Billy, real quick about Jermaine Johnson? Another dream pick.
He's a beast. He's a disruptor. Did great at FSU, and I think he's going to be a big contribution to Gang Green.
Okay.
I like the fact that Robert Saleh likes him.
Yeah.
He's a guy that if he loves you, I trust what he thinks about defensive players. Mm-hmm. Like he's seen enough really, really good pass rushers to know what they look like. So I'm just going to defer all my judgment to the Jets coaching staff on this one.
He knows.
By the way, I forgot one thing about Kenny Pickett. Our good friend Mitch Trubisky got Glennoned.
It's just
like the circle of life. I mean, a lot of it. He literally signed with the Steelers, and then they drafted a quarterback 2 months later.
It's going to be, you know what? Open competition.
He got Glennon. I also had a very good conversation with our good friend Jersey Jerry because I don't think he realized, and I've had to deal with this before, and I think everyone here has had to deal with it, where you have a friend who's on your favorite team, and I was like, hey, Jerry, I love Kenny Pickett. I want Kenny Pickett to do well. If he has a bad game, what are you going to say? And his jaw dropped. He's like, I didn't even think about that.
Well, best case scenario is that Kenny Pickett sits his rookie year.
Yeah.
So that Jerry gets to just be like, I love this guy. They need to put this guy in, never get him in, extend the friendship for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Hopefully Kenny Pickett gets into a position where he's like ready to start in the NFL, and then they won't have to go through that. But yeah, it's got to be tough for him.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
It's a tough position to be in. All right, rounding out the first round, Hank, what's your tape on Cole Strange?
My tape is based on Sean McVay and the Rams, and I'm fired up.
Yeah?
Did you see their reaction?
No.
Oh my God, I'm gonna send it to you. They laughed in Bill Belichick's face.
What?
Well-
Sean McVay was like drunk or something. I think he had a couple pops.
All right, this is
And they were doing some type of live reaction show, and they reacted to the pick, and McVay was like, "Ha ha ha! I'm so sad. We watched all that film for him. We thought we were gonna get him in the 4th round."
yeah. So this is Hank
And there's
being
a lot of-
extra sensitive.
No, I'm not being sensitive. I'm just saying
the way
I'm
that-
I'm
you're
fired
being
up.
a little sensitive.
Sean McVay's reaction fires me up.
You're a little sensitive.
Is that sensitive?
Yeah,
you fired up.
You're being a little sensitive. I think his reaction was more along the lines of, like, we like this guy. We were hoping that he would be there at pick 54 for us.
No, PFT.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Hank.
Oh, damn it.
What?
I fell for a false graphic.
Oh, no.
Not a false graphic.
No, it was a Cole Strange graphic, and it had a true fact where it said he doesn't believe in cloud storage because one has to stay grounded, man. And then I just realized that on his stats, it goes burgers 54, veggies 0, along with his other stats. It was
How
a
did
fake
you
graphic.
How did you fall for that? On what
It was a-
planet
it
could
was
that
a
have been
very-
real?
Well, I didn't
Did you get
realize. I
Ballsack
thought the true
Sports?
fact. No, it was. I'm involved in many NFL Reddits.
Oh,
I think you need to like have a 10-second take a breath, think about this tweet before you share it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't tweet it.
Pause.
I was gonna comment when Cole Strange came up
Maybe-
that he doesn't believe in the cloud.
Maybe we can get Elon to put in like a Billy button where
Yes.
it's like you hit send on your tweet and then it's like a 30-second countdown
Don't worry, Biden's
before
got
it
it.
actually sends.
But if it's a meme, was it a meme or was it a graphic?
It was a graphic.
Just say it was a meme.
It was a meme.
Yeah, you shared a meme.
I didn't tweet
Wait,
it.
you didn't? So you just admitted to getting fooled like internally?
Yeah. No, I
could've
was
just
about
not
to.
said anything.
I was about to read it to like say, "Oh, look at this fun fact about Cole Strange," but it was fake.
Yeah,
But you
that's
didn't read it.
I know, but I said it. The mic's too close to my mouth. Big Cat picked it up.
whose fault is it that your mouth is close to the mic?
No, we should actually applaud Billy for that. He's
I'm
speaking
admitting-
into the
I'm
mic.
I'm speaking
Too
the
much
truth.
Yeah,
now.
good point.
We've
I'm
come
What have we
too
done?
fucked up.
I want to
We've
hear
come
your. I want to
full
hear your live
circle.
reaction. And the only other thing I'll say, obviously, it's a projected 3rd or 4th round pick. It's weird taking him in the 1st round, but as you know, in these situations, you just gotta trust Bill. But
Good selling jersey. A jersey that says Strange on the back?
yeah,
Well,
Dr. Strange.
it's Strange 69.
Yeah. That would be cool. What?
I want to see. I want to hear your.
Oh, yeah, let me
reaction
see,
to
let me
this,
see,
of-
let me
of
see.
whether or not
All
it's
right.
justified to feel disrespected.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, now you're just. I thought you were fired up.
All right, here we go.
Oh, my UT Chattanooga to the 1st round. Hey, where is...
How about that? And we wasted our time watching him thinking he'd be at 104 maybe.
Oh, they're hammered.
And
They're
yeah,
hammered.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. And they're clowning Belichick.
You know what the Rams are on draft night?
Well,
the,
that laugh at the end
Rams
was
when-
like a ha 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 ha.
when,
ha.
when everyone
Right?
else is picking and they're not having it's like the kid in your high school that got into their first choice of college in the fall semester for early admission, and now they just totally check out and don't give a fuck about it. That's what the Rams get to. They just party. They just they have senioritis on the first round of the draft.
Yeah.
So, Cole Strange, do you think, was that a reach? Is that what people are saying?
Yeah, it probably was.
Okay. Will the Patriots regret trading out of number 21 where the Chiefs selected Washington? Okay. And then we have the Chiefs. They got Karlaftis from Purdue. There's a run on Big Ten players. Daxton Hill from Michigan. And then the Vikings finish it off with a safety. Good draft.
Yeah.
I give the draft. Let's grade the draft fully from our, like, I don't grade each team. I'm just grading the draft. That was an A draft.
I'm going to give it a B. I don't think it's
Why?
worthy of Mel Kiper wasn't there, dude.
Yeah.
No Mel Kiper. That
He could have been.
Yeah, I dinged it for having no Mel Kiper. He could have. I'm not so sure I buy the whole vaccination thing for Mel.
You think he just didn't want to be there?
No, I think he's just like too good at blackjack. He's a card counter.
Or
He's not
he-
allowed at the casinos
or-
there. He's like, I'm not going. I'm not going to Vegas.
Or is it reverse? He's like Dan Orlovsky type, where he's like, if I go to Vegas, I'll just too many women will fuck me.
yeah, I know my weaknesses. Dawson, by the
Orlovsky
way-
there right now?
Yeah. But
Oh my
everyone,
God.
real quick, say a prayer
Yes.
for Dan.
Holy shit!
I hope Dan's all right. I hope he's not either A, with a woman, or B, not with a woman by himself in his hotel room.
he's probably just walking the desert, being like, "There's no women out here."
He's just coming the entire time. Dan Orlovsky's just
Oh,
nutting.
no.
He's multiple cum shot Dan.
Poor Dan. He's just out there. Yeah, I like this draft. It was fun. There was so much fucking madness, and it felt like there was. I like any draft where you feel like there's a few teams that got significantly better, and I count the Eagles, the Ravens,
The Commanders.
Commanders, sure.
The Jets tweeted the Stringer Bell, we back up.
That's tough.
Wow. That's
from the draft.
That is tough.
They're electric, bro.
That's tough.
They're going to be a wagon.
And the Giants. I actually love what the Giants did. Fuck. Anytime you take a defensive, edge guy and an offensive lineman, you can't. That is automatically an A draft for that team, no matter what.
You can't say anything bad about it.
Right.
You have to be like, just watch. This is how you build a football team.
Yeah, right. It's they're
they might
love
stink.
this.
I don't know. They probably don't stink because I've watched them play in college. But like you could pass that off on me and be like, if we used 2 like top 10 picks, both on a line position, I'm like that team's building the right way.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Anything else from the draft? It was we got 2 more days.
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
big shout out to the fans at the draft tonight. The fans had an all-time showing out there. It was a destination. I saw multiple fans. I'm talking probably 24 or so that were wearing jerseys, authentic team jerseys, and on the back, it didn't have a player name. It just said NFL Draft.
Oh, that's great.
22 on the back. You're
great.
going to frame that one up and put it above your pool table.
I'm awarding my fan of the night. I decided that I was going to take a picture of every funny fan I saw, and then whoever I award fan of the night, I'm going to blindly bet on that team week 1. All proceeds going to myself. I've decided I think it's going to be the Jets. There was a Bulldog dude who has
85.
A Giannis wingspan. I've never seen anything like it. He looks like he's 5'5" and a 7'5" wingspan, and he's a Bulldog that came back as a human being in a Jets uniform at the draft. Jets week 1, lock of the week.
I think I know that guy.
Really?
Billy kept saying like, that dude's a general contractor.
It's
Billy's biggest contributions in our war room here tonight, that he swore he knew the guy that was the Jets fan. That's number 1. And the second, he kept being like, look at Aiden Hutchinson's mom.
no.
Oh, no, Billy.
Yeah.
Oh,
his
no,
sister.
Billy.
Oh, his sister, sorry.
Look at this. Look at this guy's wingspan, PFD. Look at him. He's a fucking little Bulldog. Look at when he put his hands out, you could play him at the stretch 4. His wingspan is insane for a guy who's that small.
Oh yeah, that's like
what the hell?
That's like, he looks like David Boston when he puts his hands out.
Crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, he wins my fan of the night. Jets week 1, no matter what the line, whoever they're playing, I'm taking them.
Also, I give a C+ to the flyover. It was just helicopters.
Yeah.
I need a plane. I need a jet. I need something with wings on it.
Yes.
3 helicopters is a bit much. You got
I
Air
agree.
Force Base right there. Area 51's right there.
I agree. Before we talk some NBA, it is fight season on DAZN as Katie Taylor puts her unbeaten 20-0 record on the line when she takes on Amanda Serrano. It's an eagerly anticipated fight at Madison Square Garden on Saturday, April 30th. This Saturday, you got to tune in. It's going to be absolutely electric. The WBA, WBC, WBO, IBF, and the ring lightweight titles will be on the line as part of a great night of matchups on DAZN. It's being dubbed the biggest fight in women's boxing history. I just dubbed it that, but it's a historical matchup. The first ever female headline fight hosted at Madison Square Garden, and we will be there, so check it out. Buy it on DAZN. Be sure to follow along on social all night and buy the fight exclusively on DAZN, DAZN.com. Also, the Canelo fight coming up next weekend is going to be electric, and I will be part of the call. So make sure that you are ready to get into your fight zone with DAZN. That just came off the top of my head. That was great. Stream the fight live only on DAZN. Download the DAZN app or visit www.dazn.com. Huge fight Saturday night. Nothing better than a big fight on a Saturday night. DAZN right now, DAZN.com. Go download the app and buy that fight. Okay, let's talk some NBA. We had some teams get eliminated in the last 48 hours. We're actually watching right now as the Mavericks try to eliminate the Bee-Sting Rudy Goberts, and I'm not going to win this bet, and this is going to piss me off.
Utah's going to win this game.
Yep, Utah's that was a travel.
They called it?
Yep, they called
The
it.
first travel
It called
in the
the
NBA
travel.
this season was called.
This is live.
That's a hell of a time to choose right there.
I also have Mavericks -1, so I kind of need some free throws here.
Bruh.
Very, very badly.
Wow.
A travel call. You don't see that, and they have to foul twice. This is going to suck. I got the worst line possible. Either way.
Well, this is good for those of us who are in the get the Jazz out.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. That's true.
We get to move on from the Jazz now.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so teams eliminated. Jokic got eliminated. The Nuggets got eliminated by the Warriors. Jokic, he got my MVP vote last night. I decided to send it in because he dragged that team to as far as you could against a really good Warriors team. Jokic leads the league in dudes who look like they've been fighting a cat at the end of a game. His arms are just scratched up.
Yeah, I think Mike Ruiz from Lebitard has been on the Jokic's arms bleed more than anyone else in the NBA.
It's crazy.
And it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Blood is always running down. And the thing is, he's got those big, meaty, slippery arms. So you see the blood pops on his arms.
And he's not even bleeding all the time. It really just like multiple scratches on his arms at all times. The Bulls went out in they didn't really fight. It was actually a really pathetic and demoralizing thing to watch because the Bucks essentially said, "You guys suck so bad at shooting that we'll just let you shoot as much as you want and never close out." The Bulls tried 52 3-pointers. I think it was a franchise record. They went 15 for 52. Oh man, he missed his first. Jalen Brunson missed the first one. I've never seen anything like it where a team basically it's like the demoralizing pickup game where it's like, I'll let you have that. But in an NBA playoff game.
Keep shooting though.
Yeah.
You have to, if they're going to give it to you, keep shooting. Hank, how are you feeling about the Bucks?
Yeah, now that it's official.
Give us your come at Milwaukee right now.
I got nothing against Milwaukee. They're the defending champs. It's going to be a tough out.
Yeah. No Middleton for the entire series.
I mean, Giannis is Giannis. Again, they're the defending champs. You saw what he did last year. He can go, 1v5 against anyone. I think the Celtics have a great defense.
Hank has been coached by Belichick.
Yeah. Are you afraid of Grayson Allen?
Of course.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you be?
Hey, he's a Duke legend.
What about Bobby Portis?
No.
Oh, mark that.
Bulletin board material right there, Hank.
You don't want to piss Bobby Portis off.
Not worried about Bobby Portis.
Sunday.
I think it'll probably, with all that being said, minor whomping.
Minor so 5-6?
6 is probably a minor
I don't
whomping?
think, I don't think 6. It's 6 games if the only 2 that you lose are on the road. That's a minor whomping.
A minor whomping. Yeah, and they have to be close too. We're back to just square one defining a whomping. I do think a whomping is 5-4, which we declared. So minor whomping would have to be, like PFT said, you only lose your road games, and I think you have to win at least one of the games by 20+.
Yeah.
You have to have one
the games you lose has to be in overtime.
Yeah, you can lose one at home in overtime.
Yeah,
so
but you have to blow them out at least once, really, really bad.
If there's no minor whomping, you have to do the Wampus Cat, and so does Jake.
A cat.
And so does Jake.
And Jake has to get a cat as well.
Deal.
And drink spotted cow.
We should just keep doing bets where Jake has to dip until
pull my leg.
Spotted cow, yeah.
Until he's feeding for it.
Got him.
He's gonna be itching his arm so bad he's gonna look like Jokic.
Jake just having to do dip until we get him addicted would be a great storyline for this show. So we had that. We had Pelicans. Devin Booker got back just in time to save Chris Paul's ass.
Yeah, that offense looks a lot better, doesn't it, when it's not relying on Chris Paul? Oh, for 3?
Oh, no.
Wide open?
He's got it. Oh, they missed it. See ya, Jazz. Love it. Mavericks, never a doubt.
Yikes.
Yeah. Mavericks, never a doubt. So there we go. The Jazz are gone. The Mavericks are advancing. The Mavericks are going to play the Suns. Chris Paul was incredible. He went 14 for 14.
Insane. Has anybody ever gone 14 for 14 in a playoff game before?
Someone tweeted, obviously, Wilt. Wilt won 18 for 18.
Yeah, but he was the only one that could dunk.
Yeah. So that was, I think there was one other person when I saw the tweet. I can't remember it. But
if I was playing against second graders on an 8-foot rim, that's basically what Wilt Chamberlain was doing.
Yes, exactly. So the Mavericks kick out the Jazz. Pelicans are gone. Nice story, good run. And then kind of I don't want to say a shocker, but I think we all thought that the Raptors Sixers was going to go 7, and the Sixers absolutely whomped him.
Well, it's because we got pre-excited about a take.
I know.
We were just pre-excited for the whole Doc Rivers thing.
And James Harden.
And James Harden.
everything.
It was all the stars were aligning for the perfect storm of playoff choke artists.
Yeah.
And so I'm a little bit upset. I'm disappointed in Toronto for not living up to your end of the bargain, because I don't know what I'm going to do with all these takes that have just been swimming around in my head. I've been pumped about the stuff that we're going to get to unleash on this. I was actually mostly excited about the stuff Hank was going to get to say about the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that'll have to wait for another day.
Yeah, I was excited too.
We were all very, very excited.
The Doc Rivers interview, when he was basically trying to blame
Everything.
everyone but himself, and
Everything.
basically shitting on like his old players
Yeah.
and teams for being so bad that it actually made him a good coach was so funny. It
Yeah.
would have been so much funnier if they lost, but
No, he had
all
every
right.
excuse. You can tell that's one of those press conferences that he had prepared for. He had notes that he had memorized. He had like practiced it in the mirror and in front of his wife and been like, "Tell me how you think this sounds."
Yes.
He was ready
Tracy
to go with
McGrady, he was
facts.
talking about his Magic team, and it's like Tracy McGrady was on that team. He's like, look at that roster. That was one of my best coaching jobs ever.
It's tough when you have to defend yourself, your entire resume in the first round.
Well, also because it's not like it's on a coach to develop the players that are on the roster,
yeah,
right?
No.
Well,
That's
then
not on him.
The other thing too is that Shaq, who is like the biggest alien in the history of the NBA, greatest player of all time, is on NBA on TNT being like, yeah, no, it's not on the coach, it's on the player. Like, if I lost 3-1, it's on me. It's like that doesn't apply for everyone.
Yeah.
You're Shaq.
Yes. You were an unstoppable force in every way. I just looked, by the way. So the top 3 games where a player had a perfect 100% field goal percentage were all Wilt. He went 18 for 18, 16 for 16, 15 for 15.
That's pretty impressive. When you say the stats, like, yeah, the top 3 are all belong to the same guy. But Chris Paul, what he did tonight was pretty incredible. But
Yes.
again,
No, it was.
But again, Booker was there taking some of the heat off.
It
him.
was all Booker
So
in my
asterisks.
mind. And we have to, as a podcast, game plan. I'm not worried yet, but it dawned on me, and I never really had to think about it, but Russillo is going to come back at us so much harder than we've gone at him if Chris Paul wins the championship.
It's not going to happen, though.
It's not going to
Chris
happen.
Paul's not clutch. It's not. I'm not worried about that.
We
gonna
have to be ready for that.
Yeah, but I'm more excited about the excuses he's going to line up for Chris Paul
Yes.
when he eventually does lose.
Yes.
I tweeted this out yesterday, but I figured out the perfect scenario for the playoffs moving forward. The Mavericks should also be eliminated. I don't want to see whoever wins this series, the Jazz.
Oh,
Mavericks.
I do. Luka.
Luka
finally won a playoff series.
Not that pumped to see the Mavericks in the next round.
No, but if they beat the Suns, then we can say Chris Paul's a bum.
That's true. I will be rooting for the Mavs.
Yes.
For that reason only. I would like to see the Mavericks and the Warriors play, and then I would like to see just the Grizzlies and the T-Wolves play until football season starts.
Yes,
until Hard Knocks.
We need a Game 7. We need a Game 7. Game 6 is tomorrow night in Minnesota. Game 7 would be Sunday, because I don't think that would be it. That would be the only Game 7 we'd get now.
We need a Game 7
We
on
need
Sunday.
a Game
Yeah.
7 on Sunday. I will build my whole weekend around it. Please, please, please give it to us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get to our interview, and then we'll finish with Fyre Fest on the other side. We have Carli Lloyd in studio. Awesome interview. American hero. I'm going to say it. American hero. Easily. So let's hop into that.
Before we get to Carli Lloyd, I want to talk to you guys about Barstool Golf Time. You know what another term for short season is? It's golf season, and it's here. All of us on the Part of My Take show are going to be hitting the course as much as we possibly can over the next few months. We're going to be booking all of our tee times on the Barstool Golf Time app. It's super easy to use and takes all the hassle out of planning your next round of 18. Most importantly, when you book with Barstool Golf Time, you earn rewards points towards exclusive Barstool merch. Book your next tee time by downloading our exclusive Barstool Golf Time app, available in the App Store. Rewards points are earned when you book a tee time and complete a course review. The more you book and review, the more rewards points that you earn. To write a review, all you have to do is filter to your course, and click the Submit a Review on the course home screen. After you finish your round, I can't wait to get back on the course. Going to be playing some golf, breaking the putter out in the par 4s. I'm going to be doing it with the Barstool Golf Time app. Check it out right now. Download the Barstool Golf Time app in the App Store right now. Now, here's Carli Lloyd.
Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest. It is two-time World Cup champion, two-time Olympic gold medalist, two-time FIFA World Player of the Year, and now owner of Gotham FC, Carli Lloyd. How you doing?
I'm good. I know. It's pretty cool to have that last bit in the bio there now.
Yeah, so that's why you're here. So you are now an owner of the team that you played for. Can you explain like how this all, I mean, this is the dream of anyone, although I do own a little bit of Swansea, just so you know. No, I'm not joking. I do. So no big deal. Yeah, thank you. And we also
own the New Zealand
team
Breakers.
And yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we own a lot more teams than you, but that's okay. It's not a contest.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to.
It can be.
I'll have to see how I outdo you guys next time.
So how did it break down? Like, what made you be like, hey, I want to get into owning a team?
Well, I think we had sort of some changes that were happening last season, towards the second half of our season. We were regrouping a bit. They were making some changes and just really trying to better the whole team, on the field, off the field. So I obviously announced my retirement, and in speaking with one of the owners, Ed, and Tammy Murphy, who's the wife of the governor of New Jersey, there was just a conversation of, hey, we know you're going to be done playing, but do you have any interest in kind of staying involved in figuring out what that may look like? So we finished the season, got through the off season a little bit, and then just had, some conversations of, sort of being a bit of an ambassador and owning a bit of the team. And I thought it was, very intriguing because I've put so much time and energy on the field playing, but I still feel like there's so much more I have to give. And there's a lot of women that are kind of leading the charge for Gotham FC. So for me, it was a no-brainer to get involved.
That's awesome. Are you prepared for owning the team now? And then any slight stumble they have, now people are like, fucking Carli, just ruined this team.
Shit.
Well, you know what? Good thing is I'm not making all the really, really important decisions that are going on. So, hopefully I can just help. I could shed some of my wisdom that I've learned and just be around the team, because at the end of the day, all my former teammates, I have great relationships with them. So I want to see them do well, and I want to help in any way I can.
What was the main reason why you decided it was time to retire from playing the game? Were you just like, I'm bored. I've been too good for too long.
I've dominated everyone.
It's time. Yeah, let me give somebody else a shot.
I don't know. I mean, Tom Brady's back, so you never get bored of being great.
So are you saying you might come back? Maybe you'll hire yourself.
Ooh. Player
don't
owner.
have to pay yourself.
If I don't
as
see
owner.
what I'm liking, I may be like,
Yeah.
hey, I got to come back onto the field. No, I am fully 100% retired, not unretiring. Although April Fool's, our April Fool's joke got people a little bit. Even my own sister was like, texted me, and she was like, if this is true, you're my sister, I'm going to be mad at you forever. And I'm like, no, I'm not coming back to play. But no, on the retirement front, I just knew that I wanted to go 4 cycles. So 4 Olympics, 4 World Cups. Obviously, Tokyo pushed that to another year, which was supposed to happen in 2020, finished up in 2021. I just had nothing left in me. I could have definitely gone, but to be able to dictate when I wanted to leave the sport, somewhat on top and feeling good still, for me, it just was time to pass the torch and live my life and enjoy things.
How different is it? You graduated college 2004, and then you, like you said, 4 cycles. How different is the women's national team and like just how everyone approaches it, and even the fans 20 years ago? Because it feels like this is the biggest growth that the team has ever had, and a lot of the players on the team have become household names, which maybe not was the case in years past.
Yeah, it's grown tremendously. I got on the national team in 2005, and the women, prior to me were fighting for guaranteed contracts. They were fighting for pregnancy leave, health benefits, all of those things. And here I am. I get a check for playing in 2 games, and I'm like, wow, I'm rich,
You're right.
But literally, there was a lot more that they were fighting for. And I remember the fans. We had maybe 5,000 fans at our games. And so we kind of went through this several year. We didn't have a women's professional league at the time. That didn't come until 2009. And then 2011 World Cup. That, I would say, was when the trend started to become massive. Fans were jumping on board. We actually lost to Japan in the final. Mm-hmm. I missed a horribly shot PK. Not proud of, but I learned from that.
I'm glad you brought that up. That was my next question.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
It's terrible. It went really high up in the air in the stands. But we came home from that. We came to New York. We did some media, and we were being cheered as if we had won. And we're like, we didn't win. We got second place. So from that point on, we had been kind of riding this wave that was just building. You throw social media into it. And then once 2015 World Cup came around in Canada, I still think on Fox Sports, it was still the number one watched final in a World Cup. It was massive. And, it'd been 16 years since we won a World Cup. Previous one was 1999. So the wave has just been kind of going since
America
then.
loves winners. You guys are so good that it's like, soccer's never going to be the most popular sport in America, but winning is fun. And I remember watching and being like, this is awesome. Winning is fun.
Everybody loves winning.
Yeah.
I also find that I like watching the women's game sometimes more than the men's game because you guys don't flop. There's no or there is some teams do, like the Brazilians occasionally.
Yeah,
they'll dive.
But you get really mad at them, which shows like the game. Like usually,
that's how we want to watch soccer in America. Like we get sick of seeing like the embellishment that takes place a lot of times in the men's game. They're trying to draw a penalty kick or whatever, but it's tough to watch sometimes. But when we see you guys like screaming at Marta because she's like flopping in the penalty box despite the fact she wasn't touched, I like that. Like I want to go to war for you guys. Like why do you think that the women they don't flop as much in the women's game?
I don't know. I think because we've just got that mentality of just, even for myself. There's probably been times where I could have just went down in the box, drew a PK, but it's just there's something about that edge of just, trying to see the play out and not flopping. The flopping on the men's side did go through quite a bit of
it's bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
It's that
it's gotten a bit better because they sort of have been, changing the rules a little bit, and referees are giving cards out now for players that are doing it. But you don't see it too often on the women's side.
Yeah. Yeah, the flopping and the time wasting at end of games always drives me nuts. When it's like the last 30 minutes, soccer doesn't get played, and it's just actively trying, like walking as slowly as you can to the ball and those type of things.
Yeah, game management is big though.
Yeah,
we've rehearsed and practiced over the years of, hey, if the one thing is when a goalkeeper goes down, they don't have to go off the field.
Right.
So if there's something that needs to be said or communicated within, a World Cup final, and you can't get the communication out in time, just have a little signal. The goalkeeper goes down, and we've done it. We've done it quite a few times with goal.
You can always just
goalkeepers.
grab the back of your leg, pretend that you're having a cramp, and just sit down. There's not like a referee's not gonna be like, "Oh, you're faking a cramp." It's very tough to prove.
Yeah,
that.
It's true. And there's been often times where I'm like yelling at my keeper, and I'm like, "Why are you going down?" Mm-hmm. They're like, it was a play. I had to.
Yeah. All right. So this is a loaded question. We watch soccer. I own a team. But like I said, I don't think soccer will ever be the number one sport in America. But what is it that like people who don't like soccer or who don't give it a shot, what do you think can like switch them over being like, hey, this is a great game? Is there anything that you can think of where if you met someone on the street and like, I don't like soccer, you're like, because I always am like, it's on in the morning a lot of times, and also it's exactly 2 hours. That's my big thing.
Yeah.
It's like exactly 2 hours.
No, it's a lot of time for people to just sit down and watch. That's why I don't think that, just a random person is just going to, tune in on a Saturday morning and watch the English Premier League or watch an MLS game. It's mostly fans and, avid super soccer fans that are watching these games. But it's just such a different culture. Growing up in England, I got to play for Manchester City for 3 or 4 months there, and it is just such a culture. I mean, they grow up and it's like soccer. Here, there's just so many other sports, and America's sport here is the NFL,
right?
Football,
right?
The other football,
right?
But I don't know. It's exciting, and I think the games are a bit long, but there's some incredible things that go on in the game. I mean, defending, the tactics, scoring goals.
I've got a real dumb idea that actually I think could work because Americans as sports fans, our brains are very simple. And what the NFL has discovered how to do is they just take every score and they make it worth 6 points instead of 1. Why aren't goals worth 5 points? Or 6 points even?
And bigger goals.
Maybe 7 points.
We like scoring. That's really what it comes down to.
If a 2-0 game was 14-0, it's like, man, I missed a fucking shootout.
Yeah, right.
I can't believe I didn't.
That'd be weird though. But then it's like, how do you count? Somebody that has goals. If I finished up my career with 134 goals, but some goals were worth more than others, like that would.
Well, your records are gonna unfortunately be screwed. Yeah. So sorry, you retired at the wrong time. But we do love scoring. Yeah, we need more scoring.
I just love points. I just love seeing points on the scoreboard. It's that simple sometimes.
Yeah, I get it, but it would change the game a whole lot.
I also think someone needs to get good enough to just score every time from a corner kick. That would be so sick. I don't know why they don't just bend it in.
Yeah, it's definitely an art.
Yeah.
So you grew up outside Philadelphia, right? Mm-hmm. So I saw you tried out for the Eagles a couple years ago. Is that still like in the back of your head? Like, hey, maybe because you kicked 55-yarder?
I think so. Yeah.
Did anybody actually say from the Eagles or any other team like, hey, we're interested in bringing you in for a workout?
Oh yeah. A couple of teams were like, hey, you want to sign on for preseason, but I had soccer.
Other stuff?
Well, now you don't. What do you think?
Now I don't. So there's a possibility. I mean, I can't say that I've been kicking a lot of soccer balls or footballs currently. But the thing is like, I know I can do it. I know that I've broken down my soccer technique for my entire career. And it's a little different, but it's a little similar.
Right.
So there'd be no different than to break down the technique for kicking. Mm-hmm. And that day was just merely for fun.
Yeah. I mean, 55 yards is no joke.
It's a bomb.
And I had a lot of distance still on that.
Yeah, it would have been good from,
nice.
62?
Run it up. I like that.
We can get you a tryout with the Commanders. I'm on their fan ambassador program. You probably heard about that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I pull a considerable amount of sway with that organization if you're looking for a tryout.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
so what's your favorite? Are you a fan of all Philly teams?
I am.
What's your favorite sport, not soccer?
I think it kind of changes. I would say that I watch a lot of NFL. I do tune in for the Eagles a lot. Mm-hmm. That's always been a thing. My dad would watch all growing up, and I feel like, I was daddy's little girl. And I would just, sit down and watch as well. But I've gone to a bunch of Sixers games. Courtside's so fun.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on Ben Simmons? Because I caught a little of that Philly accent that you have, and whenever I catch a Philly accent, I just want to immediately ask the person, like, what do you think about Ben Simmons? Just be like, that fucking guy sucks.
That might be a loaded question. Look, the way that I have approached my career, like if people are going to talk bad about me, try to not enunciate that accent, I'm just going to stick it to them, I'm going to prove them wrong.
Right.
I love that. I love the pressure. I invite pressure. And it just feels so good when you got people talking a whole lot of smack about you and you're just like, hey, I'm just trying to be the best that I can be, improve every single day. And that's the thing with Philly. Philly fans are probably the hardest fans to play in front of. You don't ever want to piss them off. And Philly fans just want to see you working.
Yeah.
And just trying to be your best. So, yeah, it's a tough situation. I just think it's a generational shift with some athletes.
Definitely.
The mental toughness aspect of it is you got to just be tough.
Yeah.
Or at least try
you got
to
to
shoot
grind.
the ball. Okay, try to dunk the ball. It's that simple. Like, at some point, sports break down to the point where us dumbasses that are watching it that are like, just dunk the ball, we actually become correct when it's about Ben Simmons, because, like, it's that simple. He just got afraid to shoot.
Yeah.
And then Philly was just kind of holding him accountable
Which is important
but
in basketball.
I love Yeah, it is important.
Yeah.
I do love Philly fans. I think that it's the best sports town in the United States.
They're as real as they come, and they'll be the first to praise you, and they'll be the first to try to tear you down. But if they see your effort and they see, you wearing your heart on your sleeve, they're all for it. I mean, Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, incredible.
Well, like that for me is someone who's just taken advantage of an opportunity that just came about from the Ben Simmons situation.
Yeah.
And he's ran with it. And he's a really fun player to watch.
What's the one thing that someone wrote about you or said about you that like motivated you? Because I mean, did people bash you?
Oh, people bashed me my whole career.
Yeah.
For 17 years. I think all the way up until I announced my retirement. And then I was like, wow, I'm getting a lot of love. And
where was this?
People are really
glad that you're gone.
So what was the main criticism? What was the criticism of your game that people would say, and you'd be like, fuck that, that's not at all how it goes?
Oh, it was a lot of things, It was just constant, she can't do this. She's a turnover machine. She's not, I don't know,
she missed
a
that
good
PK
two-way
against Japan.
player.
Yeah.
There was a, and I hate to highlight this article
No,
because,
let's go.
you're highlighting people that probably don't deserve to be highlighted, but there was this article that came out right before the 2015 World Cup final. It was on SB Nation, and it was titled something, Carli Lloyd is the weirdest world-class athlete or something.
What?
And it just went through everything that I was not good at, according to what they thought. And I remember reading that before the final.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stick it to him. This is another thing that I can just, prove people wrong, and went and scored 3 goals in that final.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I was actually working at SB Nation in 2015. And when you said that there was a writer there that wrote something really shitty about you, I was like, wait, I don't think that was, but I remember this article. That's actually why I left SB Nation, because this article was so mean
I
that I was
appreciate
like, I can't work for a publication like this. I'm joining Big Cat, and we're doing a podcast at Barstool.
Oh,
this is a
much
funny
respect to
article.
you.
I'm reading it right now.
Right?
This is a very weird article.
And I actually, had been successful up until this point.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, I've scored a couple goals in Olympic finals, and
she will start against Japan on Sunday, and if you are a fan of the United States, she will piss you off. She will look utterly uncoordinated and touch the ball directly to Japan players at least a half dozen times in the first half. You will still wonder what the hell you're watching, how this is a world-class professional footballer, and if these mistakes will cost the Americans a World Cup. In roughly the 65th minute, she'll score a screamer from 25 yards, and the U.S. women's national team will win the World Cup because of it. So it's just basically a backhanded compliment, being like,
oh, yeah,
you score clutch goals, but you suck otherwise.
Yeah,
very weird.
The block button for Twitter, even to this day, has come in very handy.
You can't block. You got to mute. Don't give them the satisfaction.
What about other teams and other players? Like, I can tell you do have that like Philly chip on your shoulder a little bit where.
Well, yeah, she just literally quoted an exact article headline from 2015.
Yeah, you use that as like motivation.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, and that's the thing, like, not to get back to the Ben Simmons thing, but just when athletes have an easy path and they don't really go through adversity from a young age and things aren't hard, I'm seeing it with some of the players that are coming up now in the soccer pipeline. It's no different. My journey was so hard. I mean, I wasn't pegged as the next best thing. I went to a small soccer college at Rutgers University compared to the UNCs and Stanfords and UCLA players. So no one had me on their radar. So I just had to, claw my way to the top slowly but surely. And it was hard. And that's the most rewarding part. As hard as it was, if you do it right on and off the field, in the end, it's literally the most rewarding thing.
So what was the most rewarding part about your career? If you were to pick, you had 2 World Cups, 2 Olympics, or was there something else that was more rewarding?
I just think the journey, everything. I mean, for me, the hard moments were the moments that really propelled me to these successful moments. It was everything. I mean, I think if you pull one thing out, my journey wouldn't be the way that it was.
Yeah, yeah. What about, this is a dumb question, but sometimes, you guys would play teams that were not up to snuff. I remember the 13-0 Thailand game in the World Cup. Is that fun or boring? Because it's like we all have that, not to equate our lives to world-class athletes like you, but like when you're playing Madden on easy and it's like fun for a minute and then you're like, this is kind of boring. Did you ever have that where it's like, well, this is kind of boring. It's 13-0.
Those games are tough, but when you're playing in a World Cup, it's easy to get up for those games. When it's a friendly, I know our women's national team just played Uzbekistan, 2 games, and they won 9-0, both of those.
Ooh.
But I think when you have the mindset of there's a bigger picture here, every training session, every game, no matter what it is, I always approached it as a World Cup final.
Yeah.
I was tackling and training friendly games. I was till the very end, last whistle was blown. I was, sprinting to save a ball. So if you have that mindset, it's a little easier. The tough thing is when you have a player who switches on and off.
Yeah.
It's hard to all of a sudden switch on and be ready for those moments.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So would like the majority of your teammates say, Carli was a real prick in practice, but we needed that? Or were there like some relationships that you had where people could not handle that intensity?
I think players would basically say I was just ruthless. Mm-hmm. They knew that no matter what team I was on, whether it was a 5v5 team or whether it was, the starting group versus the non-starting group, and I'm on the non-starting group, I'm coming for you. Clean. I'm not going to do anything that's going to send anyone with a career-ending injury, but that kind of instilled the way the rest of the training sessions and games went. When you see someone tackling, and the players that I looked up to, Shannon Box, Abby Wambach, all these players, they would run through a brick wall. So when you see those players doing that, you have to do it. You have to follow. So that's what I always tried to kind of help instill within the group.
Is it hard for the U.S. national team, this could be for men's and women's, but you spend the tryout phase competing against each other, I would assume, and like everyone's trying to get that spot on the roster and then flipping the switch and being like, oh, we're friends now? Is that a difficult transition?
Very.
Yeah.
It's weird. We're all basically competing. There's 23 players that make a World Cup roster. There's 18 that make an Olympic roster, which they may be in the midst of changing that. Technically your teammates, you're, supposed to have a camaraderie, but then you may be left off a roster. But for me, it was always, my competition was no one but myself. And when you start to compare and point fingers and say, oh, well, I'm better at this than that player, and she's a little bit better than me at that, you take yourself down a really, really mentally challenging road.
Right. And I know it happens in other sports. Obviously like NFL training camp, but at least in NFL training camp, there's, who the starters are all going to be kind of going into it. It's the edge of the roster. I feel like in soccer, you could be good 1 second and the next second be like, oh, nope, they're over the hill.
Yeah, it's that's why I always tell people it's hard to get to the top, but it's even harder and harder and harder to stay there and to keep elevating your game. Because, for myself, the more success I had to keep pushing it on and on. I score a hat trick in a World Cup final and everyone's like expecting that all the time, which it doesn't happen all the time. But that's what's really hard, and that's what you're going to kind of see over the course of, I don't know, the next 5-10 years with some of these players, in particular on the women's national team. Who is going to be the most mentally tough to be able to withstand the highs, the lows? Because one moment you may be feeling on top of the world, and then quickly you're going to be, falling down the mountain and having to get back up again. And there's so many different variables.
So if we're talking about passing the torch, who are we looking at on the women's national team right now? Who did Carli pass the torch to?
Mallory Pugh's doing really well. Happy to see. I feel like she's finally in a good place. And, you've got the front three, Sophia Smith, Katarina Macario, who's playing in that number 9 position where I was playing. The likes of Lindsey Horan, Sam Mewis, Rose Lavelle, Ashley Sanchez.
That's our girl.
Mm-hmm.
Rose has been on the show, and she's also a Badger. I'm a Badger, so.
Oh, yeah.
Love
Rose is great.
She was dominant in the last World Cup.
Yes.
She's just so fast.
Yeah.
She is. She's very silky smooth. But these players got to stay healthy. That's number one. And it's a grind. That's why you say, what made you want to retire? I mean, I feel so less stressed in life.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. I love the pressure. I was in the pressure cooker for 20 years. But there's just such a refreshing feel knowing, I'm not in the pressure cooker
Yeah,
anymore.
and you own the team now. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good feeling.
Yeah.
You are the pressure cooker. You're no longer at it.
People are see you and they're like, oh, here comes the pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's that is the tell-all with the lengthy careers that people are going to have if they're able to withstand the mental aspect of the game.
Yeah.
What would you do to fix the U.S. men's national team? I know we made the World Cup this year, which is an improvement. I'm glad to see that we're actually in it this year. But and we've got like a good young team. Some are saying the golden generation. I don't know. But like, what would you do as a successful international soccer player? What do you see on the men's side, and you're like, this is how we need to fix this?
I don't think there's one thing. The Men's World Cup has been around a lot longer than the Women's World Cup. That's the history. And so the men are competing against other countries where soccer is the number one sport in their country. They grow up with a ball at their feet. Here in America, you got baseball, you got wrestling, football, basketball. There's so many other different sports. So what we're finding now with the men's team, a lot of these players are playing in Europe, which is good. And it's a younger generation. They're doing well. The qualifying, was not the easiest thing. It's very tough. It's very gruesome. But they have a favorable draw. So it's really up to them. I mean, I'm not too concerned with them getting out of the group. The knockout rounds are going to be interesting.
We have to win one of those games against Iran or whatever the team's going to be, Ukraine or Scotland.
Yeah,
and then pencil in
Ukraine,
England.
I wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't fuck with Ukraine either.
Yeah.
Mentally tough.
There's a lot more that Ukraine is obviously fighting for.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so I had one last question. This has been great. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's the Rhoback question. If you want some Rhoback gear, we have it for you. RHOBACK.com. Use promo code TAKE for 20% off your first purchase. Q-Zips, hoodies, all types of great gear at Rhoback.com. Most important question. I should have said this at the start, but I didn't want to ruin the interview if your answer is incorrect. Messi or Ronaldo?
I respect the amount of work that Ronaldo puts in.
I like you. Yep, this is good. This is good. This is going in a good direction.
Because he does. He
I
it reminds me, kind of the way that I approach my career. I mean, he's top-notch pro. But Messi, I mean, what the guy's done on the field, it's magic. You don't see that in a player, and I don't know when and if we will ever see a player that is quite like Messi again. Maybe not in my generation or our generation.
You officially know soccer.
Yeah, Messi.
You know ball.
You know ball.
And I would love to see Messi go back to Barcelona if that's even possible.
Yes.
It's weird seeing.
He doesn't seem happy.
I don't like it when players switch teams later on in their careers. It just, I get used to it, and as someone who like barely watches any international club soccer, I get very confused when I see somebody wearing like a Paris Saint-Germain jersey or whatever.
I know, and
like
a different
42.
in number 30 too.
Yeah,
it's not right.
Yeah.
What about
it just was unfortunate how it happened.
What about on the women's side? Who's the GOAT?
That is to be determined.
Okay.
Yeah,
because you're not retired yet.
Well, you got to prove it to me. Like, you got to earn the GOAT label. I mean, no one's achieved anything yet. So in 10 years, maybe I'll come back on here and can let you know who my GOAT would be.
I say Mia. I think Mia's the GOAT.
Oh, so former players, not current players.
All-time GOAT.
All-time GOATs. Oh, there's a ton. I mean, Michelle Akers.
There's got to be one.
There's one
That's how it
GOAT,
works.
the greatest of all time.
I would say Probably Michelle Akers.
Okay.
Yeah, just talk about somebody that would run through a brick wall, play on one leg if she had to. She scored in some of the biggest moments. She was definitely somebody I looked up to.
Okay. And you answered the question correctly. It's Messi over Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even close. It's like one is just stands outside the box and taps it in, and one is just, he makes love with a soccer ball.
El Mágico.
Hey, Ronaldo's done really well, though, throughout his career, the older he's gotten, to adjust his game.
Yeah, just making sure he takes every penalty kick. Yep. You're right.
He scored a free kick the other day.
He
Yeah,
did.
that's what he does.
I just pretended to not see that one.
Now take Messi and then add like 50 pounds to him, and then also have him do an 8-ball of cocaine before every game, and that's Maradona.
Yeah.
Who's my goat.
Yeah.
I know, Maradona. I'm so happy and lucky that I was able to meet him several times.
Yeah.
And I actually, the one grateful thing that I have with Maradona is he megged me.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I got megged by Maradona.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
nice.
Probably
Yeah.
one of my
That is
most
pretty
proudest
cool.
moments.
Yes. Well, Carli, thank you so much for stopping by, and we appreciate it very much.
Yeah, it was great to chat with you guys.
Carli Lloyd was brought to you by our new hats for Part of My Take. No cap, Part of My Take has the best and newest hats for you this spring. Oh, I see what they did there. We have a wide selection of nylon panel hats, mesh back trucker hats, and performance rope hats. They're honestly the best hats that we made. We've got the classic PMT football patch trucker hat for the football guy. We've got the Part of My Take rope hat for the AWL, and the Larry the Goldfish rope hat for the gambler who just can't lose. These hats are fire. Go check them out right now. Shop PMT's newest and best-selling hats on the Barstool Sports store at store.barstoolsports.com.
Okay, let's finish up. We got Fyre Fest of the week. We'll send everyone on the way. Great interview coming on Monday. Cowboy Joe West.
Very excited about that.
So awesome.
A lot of stories. Legend.
Legend of the game. Great week coming up. We got Cowboy Joe West. Then we're going to have Biz on Wednesday for some Stanley Cup talk.
If he's not too tired out from his
Yes.
one live stream that he'll be doing on Tuesday.
Yes. And then on Friday, we have Eddie Hearn, who's in studio, which I loved that interview. He's a
But
fucking
anytime
man.
you have anybody with a British accent,
Yep.
it
And-
doesn't matter what they say.
And also Randy Moss, who will be on to talk about the Kentucky Derby.
All right.
So it's going to be a great week for Pardon My Take next week. Fyre Fest of the week, what?
I was just gonna say, shout out the Biz and Chicklets guys. They got the great one.
They did.
It was a great interview.
We should actually just do our entire interview with Biz, just asking him questions about Wayne Gretzky.
That was my plan.
And then we can be like, we got Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, did you have to ask him politely to have him let you off the leash to come out here? He's basically Wayne's puppy dog right now.
Yeah, he is. All right, Hank, your Fyre Fest of the week.
I was walking home from the train station to my apartment the other day. Big public transportation guy, as you guys know. And it was like muggy, raining. And I walked by the barbershop, and it kind of just struck me. I was like, I'm going to go see if there's any, openings, like if I can just walk right in and get a haircut. I did. Luckily, there was an opening. I sit down at the chair, and like my allergies just kind of hit me. And I was sitting there getting my haircut, but my nose was just constantly running, and I had to ask for a tissue, but then it just wouldn't stop, and it was so awkward because, like, have you guys tried to hold in like snot coming out of your nose? Like, it's one of the most painful and hard things that you can ever have your body do.
Yep.
And I had to just sit there, and it was just awkward. It was like one of those things where she would turn around to switch blades or something, and I would just try and like wipe my nose real quick, and I was just sitting there the whole time trying to concentrate and just like not let it drip out of my nose, and it was a painful experience.
Was there any sneezing?
No sneezing.
I thought you were
Thank
going to say
God.
that you were getting your haircut and you sneezed and then the clipper slipped, and that's why you've been wearing a hat all week.
No. This was 2 days ago. You guys haven't seen my haircut.
Can we see it?
Can we see it?
Let's see it.
Do a haircut reveal.
Looking good, Hank.
What the fuck?
Wow.
He's got hat hair.
Handsome boy.
What could our reaction have been? Ew. It looks good. I like it, Hank. You have a nice haircut. You're a beautiful boy.
Your nose also, it seems like it's doing okay now.
Mm-hmm. You get that clogged up.
Are you on the hard stuff? Are you on the Afrin?
No, I've never messed around with that stuff. I've
Don't
heard too
touch it.
much. Yeah, my friends have had some, tough stories, and I
Lost a lot of good men.
yeah.
Yep, don't do
I'm not
it.
trying to lend bias myself.
All right, you got good Fyre Fest.
Wow.
Too
All right.
soon, bro.
Yeah, come on, Hank. It's draft night, man.
Can't do that. All right, PFT, your Fyre Fest.
My Fyre Fest of the week it happened to me earlier today. It's also involving public transportation. I was on the subway to work, and there was a guy that was sitting next to me, obviously in a bad state, mentally, physically.
Why is that obvious?
Well, I'm saying it was obvious to me that he was in a bad state mentally and
Got
physically. There were like a lot of outbursts. He was yelling at stuff. He was like flinching a lot. Just a guy that's down on his luck, I'll put it that way. And so I'm standing about a seat and a half away from where he's sitting because it's kind of a packed train. And we get to a stop, and he stands up, and he just starts yelling. And he looks at me, and he like swipes his hand at me. And so I'm just like looking at him, making sure that he's not going to actually do anything. And then he just cocks his head back, and he spits on me.
Oh, no fucking way.
Just spits on me.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Now, you might call me a lib, but I was wearing my mask on the train, not because I'm afraid of COVID, but I'm afraid of this exact situation. Yeah. And I'm very lucky I was wearing my mask on the train at that point. And and then he took like a step towards me, and to my surprise, I like took a step towards him. I don't know, I wasn't even thinking about it, but I was like, I guess we're going to do this on the train right now, because I was so mad because he had just spit on me.
Yeah.
And then I realized, this is a 50-year-old guy that's obviously like somewhat incapacitated, not in a good mental state. So I just like took a few steps back and stared him down just to make sure he wasn't going to come at me anymore. And the most embarrassing part about this was like it was a packed train, and so everybody was watching me, being like,
shit, bro.
What's this guy going to do? I'm pretty sure there were some AWLs on the train.
Oof.
And if you're listening to this right now, that guy's lucky I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
that guy's
that's
lucky.
True, that's fact.
The best part is though, like probably no one else around you reacted or like really did.
No, that's
anything.
New York City.
Like they were probably just like, oh,
that's like when you get on the train.
That wasn't me.
One of the best things about New York City, you get on a train and you like see as the train goes by, there's open seats, and then you get on the train and then you realize the open seats are because someone's like sleeping and has been there for a long time, and it's just everyday occurrence. It doesn't really matter.
I got on a train like that a couple summers ago. It was a hot train. Yep. When you step on one of those, you're like, oh, this is going to suck.
This is why it's empty.
This is why it's empty. Yeah. But the doors shut on me before I really realized how hot the train was. And then I looked down in the corner, and there was just shit on the ground.
Yep.
Like somebody. So I had to ride. No. I had to ride underground in a hot train with shit on it.
You realize it very quickly. If there's open seats on a New York City subway, it's not just like, oh, this is my lucky day.
Yeah,
there's something going on that everyone else has figured out.
I wiped myself down, made sure it was all off me. But it was you play Russian roulette every time you get on a subway train. It was my turn.
Yeah,
I'm officially now a New Yorker.
Hey, better you than someone who couldn't have defended themselves.
Agreed.
Like you didn't defend yourself.
Agreed.
Right.
I did take a step towards him.
Yeah, that's true. The step is important.
I probably saved everybody else on that train from getting spat on.
Where'd the spit hit you?
The spit hit me on my...
In his mouth.
It hit me on my shoulder, hit me on my backpack. I don't know.
Hit me on my backpack.
I was clothed, so I didn't feel
Your
that.
Backpack.
I didn't feel where it hit, but it definitely got my shoulder, got my forearm, got my backpack.
Damn.
I don't think he got on my face, but was wearing the mask.
Oh, man.
Mask up, people. I should start a mask awareness campaign
just for spitters.
Just for homeless people spitting on you.
Yes. All right. My Fyre Fest is I'm back in the gym. I'm trying, boys. I'm playing basketball. Shout out Swish House and Paul, who's been training me. But I had the moment. I went there, and we warmed up. And after the warm up, he was like, "All right, you ready to start?" And I was already like sweating and gassed, and I was like, I thought that was it.
Yeah, but that's your second win.
It's very embarrassing to be completely gassed by a warm up, completely gassed by a warm up, and then because it wasn't even a crazy warm up, it was just like getting some shots up and doing some stretching, and I was like when you take the bands out and you have to do the stretching with the bands. Mm-hmm. Cashed. The worst, completely cashed.
When you start to get back into working out after taking a while off, the worst part by far is the soreness that you get in your legs. I'm not talking like later on that day, not the next day, but you'll be sore like 3 days later in your legs from your first workout.
So and it's basketball, so I'm like getting shots up, and so I was gassed from the warm up, and then there's like drills we were doing where I had to make a certain amount of shots at a specific point in the court to go on. I must have spent like 3.5 minutes with the corner shot. Like I couldn't get out of there.
It's a tough
I was
shot.
in a torture chamber.
So with
my
guys,
legs were just like they were jelly.
it's funny how dumb us guys are because you can put us through a really, really hard workout and we'll complain nonstop about it. But if you just put a ball in our hands while we do it and ask us to play
So
a
much
sport,
fun.
it's way easier.
It's why the Swish House is like a genius idea. But
I've got a business idea. Maybe you could talk to them about this. It's kind of along the same lines, but it's a therapist. But you just play catch with your therapist while you're opening up to them about your feelings.
A good
because
game of catch.
That's how guys talk to each other.
Yes, I like it. Or just a therapist while watching a football game.
Yeah, exactly. Just
Yeah.
give us something to do
Sky
while
therapist.
sports.
Yes. But yeah, it was a bad scene to get gassed by a warm up and then also just have jelly legs constantly. And also just a side note, fuck you to like everyone on Twitter who's being really a negative Nancy, who when I tweet a picture that I'm like playing basketball, they're like, Achilles soon, ACL soon. Why would you wish that evil on me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
everyone does. Like,
I'm sure-
oh, that's an Achilles.
can we at least have the cameras rolling while you work out so in case you do Tom
Yeah,
Segura
probably.
yourself, we're going
Yeah.
to be able to get some content out of it?
It will be bad.
Some would say-
let me just ball is life.
Some would say that it would be karma for all the injury videos that you love watching.
I mean, I've hurt myself many times in my life, so I've already cashed in a lot on that karma.
Pay back to the community.
So you're one of those guys, and you're hoping I get hurt.
I don't hope that. No, I don't. But it'd be awesome if it was on tape.
What are you gonna say? Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I get hurt, I would be way more pissed if it wasn't on tape than actually getting hurt. What were you gonna say, Hank?
This is nothing to do with this conversation, but I saw Ahmad Sauce Gardner's Instagram bio, and it's Child of God, Empath, Detroit.
Oh, I love that pick. Love it.
To all my empaths out there.
Shout out. Only empaths understand that you can feel things about other people.
Yeah. The war in Ukraine's been tough for all of us empaths.
Really, really tough.
Billy, finish us off.
So I was at the dog park late at night. I like to
this
go.
is actually good because if you watch PMTV, he alluded to this.
So I was out there late at night. I like to go there late because there's no one there, so me and my dog can just play catch. I can really air it out, and he can get going. He's not dog aggressive. It's just other dogs.
Sounds
sometimes
like he
don't.
is.
Yeah,
That's
other dogs
totally what
don't.
you said.
Sounds like
Some
he is.
other dogs don't like him, so he gets harassed at the dog
So
park.
he's the victim in this.
He's always the victim.
This sounds a lot like all the millennial parents out there that are like, my child's a special snowflake.
No,
It's your kids that are the problem.
exactly. And plus,
I hope Billy gets a fucking like Karen canceled, calling the cops because Whitey got attacked.
yeah, no, seriously.
Did you see the
he's-
video of the in Home Depot? There's like a two dogs fight, and one of the ladies was like, "Get that dog's name."
Well,
like not the owner's
Well,
name.
if you watch the video,
Scooby.
that was a classic example of a little dog attacking a big dog and the big dog doing what it's supposed to do. The little dogs are the worst. All these people, they get these little Australian shepherds that are not good domestic dogs. They are shepherds.
That's true. They're working dogs.
And then they get poodles too in different little poodle mixes, and they're hunting dogs, and they have them running around as though they're like supposed to be nice house dogs, but they're literal hunting dogs. And anyway, I'm going on a rant.
Yeah,
Those are the dogs
vicious
that-
golden doodles.
all right, so
Yeah,
your
those
dog's
are-
getting picked on because he's
Yeah.
a pussy.
Exactly, and I've trained him well to never show aggression.
On how to be a pussy.
Yeah,
Wait, so you basically trained your dog to like never fight for itself?
exactly, because
That's
he's
lame.
the type of dog that would get improperly stereotyped if something did happen, like in that Home Depot
Yeah.
video.
If there is anything that I will give Billy credit for is like me and him live a block away from each other. We hang out sometimes. Trained his dog extremely well.
All right, good job,
A
Billy.
very well trained dog.
Except for the
Nice.
fact
For a
it
big
gets its
dog.
ass kicked all the time.
yeah.
Yeah, but I
It never
made
fights
sure.
back, yeah.
Like, for example,
Maybe
I
that's one of those things that the dog picked up from its owner. You know how some dogs can be racist because they see their owner? Billy's dog sees Billy never defending himself against smaller aggressors.
Right.
It's like, oh, that's how I'm supposed to behave as a man.
Like
Wait, you're
you.
saying some dogs might be racist, like Billy's dog Whitey?
No, stop. No, because basically,
I mean, did you ever think that naming your dog Whitey
I named him
was
after
a
my
little
great
weird?
uncle who bred bulldogs.
Wait, you told me that you named it after
Whitey
Whitey Ford.
Ford.
Right, but
You
it's easier to
changed
put
that.
Whitey. But it's a funny old name that doesn't get used anymore. So Whitey Ford and also that Whitey just makes sense.
It's two Whiteys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's an old Irish.
It's
Catholic
all
name.
white.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jack White, the musician.
I much rather have a pussy dog than
Very
a dog
white.
that bites someone and then has to get put down. That's just the facts. Anyway, I'm at the dog park late at night. We're all alone. It's like 12 a.m. Gotta get him his exercise before his sleep. Having a great time. all of a sudden there is a lady who gives off homeless vibes. I cannot for sure confirm she's homeless. Starts creeping around the dog park. Don't know what she's doing. She's minding her business. I'm minding mine. She's bent over by a tree by the street. I'm like, okay, whatever. Don't mind too much of it. Don't know what she's doing. Kind of thought she was using the bathroom. And I was like, fair. It's the park. You know, do what you got to do. Mm-hmm. So then I'm leaving the park. As I'm walking away from the park, I look over to where she was squatting, and there was a big pentagram etched into the ground. And if you don't know what a pentagram is, it is a star with a circle around it. It is satanic imagery.
It's upside down.
No, it's the right side
Exhibit
up.
A?
Exhibit A.
You just drew a star. I'm pretty sure the pentagram.
Is there an Exhibit B?
There we go.
No, but it's...
Isn't that what like sheriffs wear on their shirts?
No,
she was probably supporting law enforcement.
You have an Exhibit A, but no Exhibit B?
It was etched into the ground. I don't know what... literally, the thing is, like, these things, like, sketch me out. I'm a little superstitious. It's, like, kind
Witches,
of... Witches,
I agree.
It's a witch symbol. It's 100% a witch symbol. I saw a witch in the park... And I don't know what the sign was. I don't know if she was cursing me. I don't know what it was.
If you only had a dog that could take out a witch.
Let me see if I can sum this up. All right, so Billy's at the dog park with his non-racist dog named Whitey.
It's not
who gets bullied all the time, and then he saw a woman and was like, "Oh, that must be a witch." Did I get that?
She drew an image which is closely related to satanic imagery. I did a lot of research on the symbol because it freaked me out, so I was up all night reaching it.
Kind of interesting, though? Like maybe something worth...
like pursuing witchcraft myself?
Yeah.
No, that stuff's too much.
Actually, warlock when it's a man.
Mm-hmm. A Wiccan?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm taking from this is that Billy is cursed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if something bad happens, I got cursed by a witch.
Like,
I need to find the witch to reverse the curse.
Downgrade the Jets draft.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that does not bode well for your night tonight.
And then I ate deli meat before I went to bed and had nightmares.
On a scale of 1 to 8 in Hutchinson's mom, where was this lady ranking?
I didn't see her face. She was in a hood.
Well, how do you know it was a woman?
I actually don't.
You start tits.
Whoa.
She had a woman figure.
Could have been a dude.
Bonk.
No, but like slight of shoulders. She
so what? Describe a woman figure.
No shoulders.
Hey.
You have a beard.
Drew Timmy?
Yeah,
could have been Drew Timmy.
What were the hips like?
Shorter. She was in a giant sweatshirt with no shoulders, so that was my.
So a giant sweatshirt, you could not see the outline of the body.
Was it a child?
Wearing a hood.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can say definitively this was a woman.
You know what? I don't know what it was. It could have been. I don't know, but it was there. And the thing is, I swear to God, a lot of people are like, "You drew that yourself." I'm like, "No, dude. I would not bring that evil upon me."
It's a Billy Witch project.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Now you got to go back out there and try to find her. Get her on the show.
Please reverse the curse.
Yeah, we probably do have some Wiccan listeners. Mm-hmm. If you're a witch, please get in touch.
Yeah.
It's an emergency for Billy.
Yes. Oh, look at that. The commercial right there, Billy.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. There's a
Oh, my God.
That
There's
is
a
weird as
fucking
fuck.
witch on the commercial.
For those at home, I think it's the 5-hour energy commercial with the witch.
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Oh, my God, Billy. They're on to you.
That's actually
And there's Chris
so
Paul.
freaky.
He's a witch, too. Chris Paul's so dirty. Do you see him kick that guy in the nuts? Alvarado, he kicked him in the nuts, game 5.
I did not see that part.
He just jumped. He did a jumper and just fucking swiftly kicked him in the nuts.
After the game, Alvarado was like, "Well, yeah, Chris Paul is a great player, but now he knows my name."
That's kind of true.
Maybe not though.
He really pissed him off. I mean, he pissed him off to the point. You know, Chris Paul's mad when he kicks you in the nuts because that's like his patented move.
But he does that to so many people, he can't possibly remember everyone's name.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I love Alvarado. Poor Pelicans. All right. Although not really poor Pelicans. They won like 36 games.
Zion's coming back next year.
Zion's coming back.
7.
68 plus
22.
1.
6.
What's a good witch number? 13.
That's my birthday.
I have a feeling.
13.
94.
Sam Hubbard.
Fuck.
See everyone Monday.
Hank, did you
That
win?
could be a first timer. We don't know.
The Russians have trained dolphins to patrol harbors in Crimea.
Love you guys.
Talking away, I don't know what I'm to say. shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay. Shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. Needless to say, I'm on sentence, but I'm stolen away. Slowly learning that life is okay. Say after me, oh, it's no better to be safe than sorry. Say after me, oh, it's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. All the things that you say, yeah, is it liable just to play my worries away? You're all the things I've got to remember. You're shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for you anyway. You're shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for you anyway. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a I'll be gone in a day.